I wasn't going to say nothing, but I feel compelled. I feel compelled. Uh, the election. Listen. So, first of all, let me say, as I've said times before, I am a true independent, which means I have no loyalty to either of the major parties. I have no loyalty to any particular political official or candidate. Not just for this election, that is how I live my life, okay? You will never catch me telling somebody that they need to vote for someone or they need to be a part of a particular party. That is against my personal constitution, okay? So I say this from that position. I understand that there were a number of people that were extremely disappointed, disheartened, angry, surprised. I was one of them. I was very surprised by the outcome on November 5th of the election. You also have some people that are actually genuinely afraid. They genuinely feel fear that with this individual in office, that this country is going to go in a direction that they feel is not a good direction, rights stripped away, all of that. Legitimate feelings, fears, concerns. Okay? Whether I agree or not, whether I relate to it or not, I don't fear anything when it comes to this. But I understand. You also have the other side that was saying the same thing about the Democratic side. If you let VP Harris into office, then this country is going to hell in a handbasket. That you're going to get more of the same of what's been going on for the last 4 years. And all of each side was saying the same thing about the other side. Okay. So therefore you have the end result of a feeding into this fear and chaos. Okay. Which is why I was like, I'm stepping away from all this junk until until the election is over. And sure enough, I knew that there was going to be something else to deal with, regardless of what the outcome was after the election. And now we're dealing with the blame game. Okay. President Biden has been put under the bus and rolled over multiple times in this this situation and scenario. Yeah, for a while now. Okay. Oh, he stepped away too late. Why did he got out the race too late, and he's the reason why. And it was I heard people talking about, black men didn't step up for black women, and y'all, that black men should have, when the numbers show that the majority of black men who voted, that they voted for VP Harris. So that was a false and wrong narrative. Okay. But all out of the blame game. Then it's the Latinos. They were crazy and foolish and stupid enough to vote for all the stuff that he said about them and this, that, the other. It's their fault. Latino men, it's their fault. White women, well, we kind of didn't, but we would have thought that they would have, for womanhood, maybe it's their fault. And we know what this is, right? All of this is a lack of acceptance. All of it is a distraction from reality. And I get it. Again, I was surprised by the outcome too, not just the loss, but the level of loss. Because it appeared that VP Harris had the same wind beneath her wings as Barack Obama did when he was running. It was a wind beneath his wings. So I was genuinely surprised by the outcome. With that being said, what I'm starting to see now on social media is the same narrative that led to the January 6th incident, which is we need a recount. Something ain't right. Trump made these statements that made it seem like he already knew he had won or he was going to win. And so somebody probably did something. We need an investigation. That's sounding just like what happened during the last election when Trump and his supporters did not want to accept that he lost the election to President Biden. That's what that's giving. And eventually that led to the fiasco, the foolishness, the tragedy that was January 6th. Even to the point where that talking point was a part of the conversation during this campaign election cycle. Will you accept the outcome of the election was the question that was asked to the Trump side during this election cycle. Will you accept the outcome? Do you accept that you actually lost the last election? I think they were talking to what's his name? Vance, okay? And he still could not say out of his mouth that, yes, Trump lost to Biden. So that still is still there. So now I'm hearing supporters of VP Harris, they're coming with the same energy. And I'm telling y'all, it wasn't cool when they did it. It ain't cool for you to do it. It's hypocritical because these are some of the same people that was criticizing the Trump folk for having that energy, for not accepting. And it also is hypocritical to be saying stuff like, well, that ain't my president. Okay, listen, let's face reality. It doesn't matter if you supported the person. The democracy says that that person won. So if you're a U.S. citizen, it's futile and foolishness to be sitting up here talking about that ain't my president. It's the same energy that people had when Barack Obama became president and the racist folks did not want him. So that ain't my president. That ain't my president. Well, if you're a U.S. citizen, yes, he is. And it's the same thing so maybe that can be a point of unity. Maybe you can now understand how them folks felt when they lost and didn't want to accept it. And now you see how it just feels egregious. It feels like, how could she lose? I thought she had it. I mean, it was so much, everything was, the polls were saying this, she had all these celebrity endorsements, all of the shiny things. You did not expect her to lose. Or at least you hope that she didn't. And I get it. But we cannot do is the same thing that we were criticizing the other folk for doing. That is hypocritical. It's not okay. Now, I'm glad that President Biden and VP Harris, it said we are going to have a smooth and cooperative transfer of power. Okay, so it's not them, it's the supporters. The supporters need to accept reality. VP Harris did not win the election. Now, if some concrete, legit evidence comes out that something funky went on and there was something illegal that happened, then sure, we need to deal with it. But that's not what's happening. Right now, this is just people don't want to accept. Can we please? Can we please? accept and move on like we always do. And like we always do, we just continue to live. Black folks, like we always do, everything that we've been through, that you can't go sit here and get me caught fearful of. And plus, I'm a child of God. Come on, God don't play about me. I'm not going to sit here and put all of my emotions and energy into fear that this person is about to flip my whole world upside down. We have been through how many presidents in my 50 years? And you deal with what ends up coming with that president, that House of Representatives, that Senate for those years. And then you do it again. That's our democracy. Let's accept, release the anger, the division, the strife, the fear. Again, you have the right to be disappointed. You even have the right to be angry, etc. But some of us, we just tend to take it to another level, and it just delays the inevitable. Okay. That's it. That's all.